I thought the hardest part would be the breakup, the conversation, the goodbye, the moment you realize the person you care about is no longer part of your future. And don't get me wrong, that hurt. But surprisingly, it wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part came days later. I was walking through my day when something happened. Nothing major, just one of those small moments you'd normally share with someone. I saw something funny, something that reminded me of her. Without thinking, I reached for my phone. For a split second, my brain was still operating on old information, as if she was still there, as if sending her a message was still an option. Then reality caught up, and I remembered. There was nobody to send it to. I put the phone back in my pocket, and that tiny moment hurt more than I expected, because that's the thing nobody really talks about after a breakup. You don't just lose a person, you lose 1,000 little habits. The good morning messages, the random updates, the inside jokes, the photos you would have shared, the stories you tell at the end of the day. Life keeps happening. But the person you used to share it with is no longer standing beside you. I think that's why healing feels so strange. Most of it doesn't happen during the dramatic moments. It happens during ordinary ones, when you're standing in a supermarket, driving home, watching a sunset, listening to a song, and suddenly remembering someone who isn't part of your life anymore, not because you're trying to think about them, but because they used to be woven into your daily routine. For a while, those moments feel like tiny losses over and over again. But eventually something changes. You stop reaching for your phone. You stop expecting a reply. You stop looking for them in places they no longer are. Not because you stopped caring, but because life slowly teaches your heart what your mind already knows. And maybe that's what moving on really is. Not forgetting someone, not pretending they never mattered, just learning how to carry the memories without expecting them to become the future again. The breakup wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was realizing how many little pieces of my day still belonged to someone who was no longer there. Have you ever caught yourself reaching for your phone to tell someone something, only to remember they're gone?